Welcome back to the Art for Wellbeing project. This is our fourth session, and the theme of this is called Creative Freedom. For the next few weeks, we're going to focus on creative freedom. Over the past few sessions, we've looked at different techniques and different exercises, and although this was good week to week, I had to think about how many sessions we've got left, the direction of this project, and wanted to set people free a little bit. Sometimes techniques are great to learn, but how to be creative is often the most difficult thing to learn. So we're going to focus on that in this session and for the next few weeks. So being an artist is about being free. Really, creativity is free. It can be interpreted and taken in whatever direction you would like. The only restraints, really, along with knowing some stuff about the techniques and the materials, often the only restraints we have are those we put on ourselves. Art is also about finding our own unique voice. We all have different visions of how art would like to be, and our art all comes out in unique and different ways. There are art schools where different techniques are taught, and often you will see that the artists come out of them all painting in a very similar way. My philosophy is opposite to this. I think techniques are important, but I really believe in finding that unique voice. I went to art school, but during my time and in more recent times, they don't really teach painting. So even though I have an art degree, I very much consider myself a self-taught painter. And that was carving out my own voice. Here's a few examples of different artworks by different artists. As you can see, the diversity in approach to making art, the subject matter, the colours, the techniques, they're all very different. Each artist has carved out their own path and found their own creative freedom. It's often very easy to put blocks on ourselves and obstacles in our way. These can range from self-doubt to lack of technical ability, comparing ourselves to other people, and things like creative block. I haven't experienced this myself. It doesn't go away, no matter how much you paint. But the key is to let yourself go and let yourself be free. Frustration can be helpful in the creative process, but it can also be a detriment. If we're trying to copy something, say from a photograph, we will often compare ourselves and what we're creating to the perfection of the photograph. This can cause all kinds of insecurities along the way, and my aim through this is to help set you free from those expectations that you have upon yourselves. Let's aim to set ourselves free. Here's some elements of creative freedom. So it's intuitive. There's something called intuitive painting, where you paint from your intuition. There's feeling, it's discovery, memory, vision, poetic, self-expression, vision. All of these different aspects come together to create creative freedom. What materials can you use? Anything. Here we see some examples of different materials people use. So we've got sculpture, we've got text, painting, mixed media, found objects. I particularly like the use of this looks like a small tobacco tin here. There's painting elements, looks like little sticks to make the trees or twigs, collage. You can do anything. Sometimes people think that creating art has to be one thing and you have to stick to that one thing. It's not true. Creative freedom means that you can see these as perfect opportunities to be creative. So during the Zoom group, I wanted to give as much time as possible to people being creative. and to letting themselves go. Previous weeks, we did focus on the exercises, and I was very careful to have exercises that were beneficial to both beginners and people who had a little bit more experience painting. I've learned over the years and doing many groups like this that often the best way to learn is just by painting. Your own voice will start to come through painting by painting, and for me to help assist along the way with technical advice, whether you're lacking confidence or don't know what to paint, you need some inspirations, I'm always here to help that. So our exercise is to create an artwork from our memory or imagination. This can sometimes be daunting. Many people paint from photographs or paint things around them. Our memories are very important things. Also our imagination. In our memory and our imagination, we can move things around. So you may be in a room at the moment where the walls are white, but using your imagination, you can make those walls blue. Equally, you can see a beach with the sea there, but you can put a lighthouse on that beach. There's something also about intuitive painting and painting from our imagination or from memory, is it can be anything. You can just explore the use of colour, it can be abstract, it can be expressive, you can put all kinds of elements in there. So that's our exercise for this week. We spend the next couple of hours just playing with the paint, creating something from our imagination or memory, or just throwing the paint around. Enjoy the process.